What's up, y'all? Oh shoot. Dang nabbit. I'm gonna go get some more water. Y'all know I be getting thirsty. I'm gonna go get some more water. Anyway, let's get into it. This is the review for Raising Kanan season 5, episode 3. Why I thought we were on like episode 5 or something. I feel like this has been a long season. I feel like a lot happened in 2 episodes. I couldn't believe this is only episode 3. And let me say this. I honestly think, hey y'all coming in. I feel like y'all know Raising Kanan is my favorite out of all of the spinoffs from the original Power. Raising Kanan is my favorite. I honestly feel like this is the episode where we jump the shark. And if y'all don't know what that means in TV language, jump the shark means the show has kind of gone to a point of no return into a level of ridiculousness or unbelievability or whatever, right? Like we've run out of material, now we're just making up shit. It comes from Happy Days where there was an episode where Fonzie literally jumped a shark, and people kind of said, okay, that's where Happy Days kind of went left. I feel like this is the episode where we jumped the shark, and let me tell you why. A couple of things happened this episode that made me be like, so why are we here? So number one, there's a part well, let me do the review and then I'll tell y'all as we go through what I'm talking about when I say why are we here, point of no return type situation. So let's get into it. So the episode starts off with we have Breeze and Kanan um Lord, I gotta start taking my vitamins again. Neek's corners. Lord. Rolling up on Neek's corners. And they're looking for Neek. And when they realize that Neek is nowhere to be found, like his own people don't really know where Neek is, then they're like, look, well, we're going to take his corners. So, of course, Neek's people push back. They're like, look, these are Neek's corners. And they were like, well, where's Neek? You don't see him? He ain't here. He ain't here to protect what's his, and I'm going to take it. And, old boy was like, well, if Neek ain't here, then these my corners. And Breeze was like, really? They're your corners? Boom, boom, bam. And so he takes him out. And later on, Breeze tells Kanan, hey, I respect how you handled that situation. Like you didn't lose your cool, you didn't get antsy, you basically you stood in the gap when I took old boy out, so there's that situation. So then we flip over to Rock and Flossie and Marvin interviewing the girls, telling them what the situation is going to be, telling them how it's going to be set up. Y'all are y'all are going to be running product for us now. This is what it looks like. It's here, it's here, it's there, it's there. And that's what it's going to look like. And basically either you in or you out. But if you out, keep your mouth shut. If you in, it's all good. Now, of course, the way this was filmed, they immediately let us know who was going to be the problem. And it was this black woman. I don't know her name. They might have said her name. I ain't catch it. But she's one of the workers. And we'll see at the end of the episode how that ends out. But the way they focused in on her, and she was like, I need all the money I can get. I'm in. I was like, ding, ding, ding. She going to be a problem. I ain't know we was going to find out at the end of the episode that she was the problem, but she's going to be a problem, right? Marvin is being Marvin, making nasty comments to the women, calling the women out their name. And Flossie was like, Marvin, you need to learn how to talk to these ladies. Like, you can't just be calling them out their name and talking to them crazy like this. Like, you got to finesse it. You got to, massage it a little bit. And Marvin was like, I am who I am. It is what it is. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. And so she says, well, Marvin, I want to talk to you. And Marvin was like, hey, I don't have to pay for it. Like, I don't know what you want to talk to me about. Now, this is what I'm going to say about this situation. Later on in the episode, we see where Marvin meets up with Flossie, and they actually have a really good conversation. We learn a little bit more about Flossie. She has a daughter that's deceased. There's a story there. I don't know if the writers are going to give us that backstory or not, but the way she sort of was like, it was a picture of her daughter's bar mitzvah, and she was saying, well, my daughter's deceased, she passed away, but she didn't want to talk about it. So I feel like there's a story there. Again, not sure what if the writers are going to give it to us and what that story means and who it's connected to. But I think there's a reason, there's a story. Other than that, I'm not understanding what we're doing with this. But from Marvin's perspective, Marvin, after what happened with Sal, isn't that his name? Sal, the fish man. You should absolutely positively be having no conversation with anybody that y'all are working with behind Rock's back. Like, y'all are literally in this situation because you fucked around and wanted to go out on your own, and you wanted to build this relationship with this dude and do work for him outside of what you and Rock had going on, and it backfired and it got you in a lot of trouble. So I'm not really sure. Why you are entertaining this woman, because you don't know what she wants from you. You don't know what road y'all might be going down, and it just may not end well. And I don't think this is a good idea, Marvin. And I feel like it's deja vu. Like, didn't we just go through this? Didn't you just do this? Literally, you just did this. And it created a whole shitstorm. So I was kind of side-eyeing Marvin on this. And I don't know what Flossie's angle is. And I'm not sure where they're going with that. But I guess they'll keep giving it to us. And we'll see where it takes us when it takes us there. I'm wondering if something will eventually happen between them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're slow walking us into like a relationship where they're going to be sleeping together. Like, I'm not sure. But we'll see. Like, we'll see what they're doing with it. Then we have, now this is my first, I feel like we're jumping the shark here moment. Again, I'll wait and see how it all connects back at the end. You know, when we get to the end of the season, because this is the series finale, I'll see how it all connects back. But Juke rolling up on the detective and basically offering him a bribe to leave her and her family alone. I think this is stupid. I don't like this writing. I don't like this storyline because it's opening up a whole can of worms that is getting Juke deeper and deeper and deeper into some bullshit that I'm just not sure how she's going to get out of. Again, I know they're trying to show us how Juke became the monster that we met on Original Power. Like, I understand they're taking us down that road. We've seen her do her first, unaliving. We've seen that she was a booster. Like, we met her as a criminal. I mean, we met her as a booster, So we see that Juke was, we see the evolution of her sexuality. Like, I'm seeing all of these things. But to me, this was stupid. Because you have this cop that's dogging you, following you for absolutely no reason. I mean, we know why, but, whatever. And I understand that Marvin is unhinged. Like, I get that. Like, I get you not wanting to tell your daddy because we know what Marvin gonna do. You're not really feeling Rock these days, so you don't trust Rock. You don't want to take your problems to Rock. You and Kanan, child, don't tell Kanan nothing. But I also feel like there was another option other than offering him a bribe with money you don't have. Because then it was let me say this part. It was a smart idea to say, hey, I see that you on a cop salary, you got a wife with 3 kids. Like, I get it. You don't have a lot of money and maybe I can help you out. I understand her thought process. Her execution was sloppy. Yeah, Nubia, it was sloppy. So when the man came back to you with a number, it's money you don't have. It's money you don't have. And I'm sure he wasn't asking for no lump sum. I'm sure he was like, this is what I want per month to leave you the hell alone. So you've made this proposition and now you got to double back and beg your daddy to give you a job so you can have the money to pay this man. I just don't understand the end game here. I don't get it. And so I feel like, again, I'll wait and see how this plays out in the long run. But it's sloppy to me. This was my first, we jump in the shark type situation. So then, because again, I don't like where it's going. Then we have Sal going up to Manhattan and basically whining to the mob boss down to the Manhattan. You, from my understanding, now I ain't never been in the mob and I don't understand how the mob works. That ain't my thing, ain't my job. I ain't trying to get in that. But from my understanding, she was no longer in your territory, so it's not your business. Like, you want to eliminate Rock from being able to make money anywhere in New York, and that's not on you at this point. You told her to get out of Queens. She got out of Queens. If she goes somewhere else, like, it's not even your territory. She ain't working with you. She ain't working for you. She's not connecting you in any way. She's not moving anything through your territory. Then that's it. That's all. You done went down here whining to this man, basically, and the man told you exactly what it was. He was like, first of all of this was your fault. Because you went down to New Jersey fucking around with Paulie. Isn't that his name, Paulie, the one that died? I don't know. I think I'm just making up mob names now. But you went down there messing with him. You started this whole war. You created this mess. And at the end of the day, the end of the game is making money. She came to me with a business proposition. I took it. And you coming down, like, you got a lot of balls coming down here trying to tell me how to run my business. And so I didn't like that because, again, I hate when shows bring us characters that are supposed to be so powerful and so strong and so smart, and then they turn them into like this. Because to me, that one conversation took all of the respect and legitimacy away from Sal. Like, for 2 seasons, y'all been building Sal up to be this untouchable mob boss. And that one conversation took everything away. Like, he really looked weak to me. And again, if you really want Rock that bad, take her out. I mean, there are no rules to this. Like, I know within the mafia, you're not supposed to take people out without permission and all that other stuff. Like, I get that. But it ain't no rules with her. If you want her gone, take her out. But you going, she respected what you said. You just mad that she found a way around you. You didn't think that black woman was smart enough to figure out a way around you. And when she figured out a way around you, you didn't know how to act. Now you in your feelings because how dare she find a way around me? I said, get out of my territory. I said, you can't work here. How dare you go around me and find another way to do this? That's how I feel. That's how I'm taking it. Now, maybe that ain't what she mean. I mean, maybe that ain't what, but that's how I took it. And I was like, what? So Tony Danza, your character, I'm done with you. You can go over there. I'm done with you now. Then we have the biggest scene where I was done. And again, we have we have Jukebox and Kanan talking. Kanan says to Jukebox, I don't think Rock did that. I don't think Rock did that. So you mean to tell me you were so convinced that your mother took out Famous and Crystal, and one conversation with some dirty cops changed your mind? Now, let's be clear. I'm glad it changed his mind because we know Rock didn't do it. Now, Jukebox is like, well, somebody, what you mean she didn't do it? She had to do it. Who else could have done it? So now, Jukebox, after everything you and Rock been through, after all the time, Rock had your back when your daddy beat your ass, put you out the house. Rock had your back. Rock had your back. She was the only one that knew that you was a lesbian, and Rock had your back. You've always known who Rock is. You mean to tell me that Kanan, who you know is crazy as hell and unhinged as shit, convinced you that Rock did this? And now I believe that Jukebox believes that Rock took out Lou. Why Rock had any reason to take out Lou, nobody knows. But I believe that she believes that Rock did it. Now she's asking Kanan, so what did happen that night? I mean, all I know is that I talked to you. That's the last I heard from you. So why you couldn't think that Kanan did something to Lou? Why it had to be Rock that did something to Lou? So when Kanan says to you, Rock ain't do nothing, it wasn't her, you can't accept that. And then Juke says, well, what about Crystal? And Kanan says, I don't know, but it don't matter anyway. She's still dead to me. Well, yeah, Candy, I know that's why, Kanan wants to believe that it was Rock. But what I'm saying is now he done changed his mind. That one conversation with the cops then changed his mind and convinced him that it wasn't Rock. But that's why we're here. 80% of what we're dealing with right now is because Kanan believes the worst of Rock. Because Kanan doesn't want to accept any part of anything that he created. He doesn't want to accept anything that he did, anything that he did wrong, anything that he fucked up. It's all been Rock's fault. And now you're telling me, well, yeah, I don't think it was Rock. But you still have no sense of remorse. You still have no sense of, damn, I got this wrong. Damn, I mean, people are dead. People, this whole family is splintered because I believe the worst in my mom. Like, I'm sorry, what? So because you thought, like, you literally tried to kill your mother. Like, let's remember, this is where we are. We are at this point because you literally tried to unalive your mom. You were going to unalive her because you thought that she killed Crystal and Famous. And now you like, I don't think she did it, but oh well, I still ain't fucking with her. I was really sitting here watching that and I was like, what? Like, right, Candy said Kanan ain't never going to be wrong, even when he made the bad batch of drugs. But yeah, he's never going to be wrong. But I guess I'm sitting here and I'm like, let me say this. I think where my issue is that I needed the writers to kind of slow walk that a little bit more. Like he was so convinced that his mother did this that he was willing to unalive his mom. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to take his mother out. Yet 1 5-minute conversation, like, why are you so convinced that the cops are telling the truth now? And then Juke, she's so ready to hate Rock. It's like, and that's why I said maybe I should have went back and watched last season, because I know she knows, because remember, she picked Rock up from the doctor. So she knows that Rock was pregnant by Neek. Like, she understands how deep the situation was between Rock and Neek. But again, how did we get to the point where you were convinced that Rock, hold on, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm looking for my eyeglass cloth. Child, I need to clean up this area. I got shit everywhere. I don't know. I just feel like it just seemed too easy for me. Maybe it just seemed too easy for him to go from A to Z. And then even in him going from A to Z, there still is no, like, you still want her, like, you still want to take her out. And I'm like, but if you no longer, again, I get it that they were already in a bad place. But if you no longer believe that she did these horrific things, and at the interim, in the midst of all of this, you took your uncle out, right? You took your uncle out in the midst of all of this, and she's still covering for you. Because let's be clear, if Rock tells Marvin what happened, Kanan is out. He's gone. Gone. So she's still covering for your ass. She's still protecting you. And now I'm seeing where Juke is is feeling how she feel about Rock's. It just, I don't know, y'all. Ain't sitting right from a person who really loved this show, and I really loved how Rock and Juke had this relationship. And again, I get it. They're showing us how Juke became like this steel person that we met. Like I understand that they have to make her. They started off making Juke a pretty likable person who went through some fucked up shit, right? And I understand how they have to make her the person we met in original Power, or at least close enough to it that when we get to OG Power, we see where we pick up. Like, how did she get to these? And again, I don't know if she's going to be in Origins. I think Xavier says she is going to be in Origins. I'm not sure. So if we see her in Origins, I mean, they have more time to continue to stretch this conversation out. But this, I mean, when I say jump the shark, y'all, for me as a viewer, as somebody who loved this, I was like, that was just crazy to me. That he was like, yeah, she ain't do it, but you know, it's still she's still dead to me. Oh well. And then Juke, like, what do you mean? It's like she wants to hate Rock. Instead of, you think she would be relieved that Rock isn't the person she thought she was. Instead, she wants her to be that person. I don't know. It was weird to me, y'all. I don't like it. So we see Marvin is still looking for Neek. Marvin then went into the barbershop. The people that told Marvin that Neek is gone, child, because the people taking over Neek's corners, and Neek is gone. Okay. That he also finds out that Kanan is running with Breeze. Now, here's what I think is crazy. What I think is crazy is that Marvin nor Rock knew about Breeze. I understand that they've been busy and they've got other shit going on, but for somebody that's so close to their ear, so close to the ground, nobody in their organization told them what was happening. Nobody in their organization came to them and said, yo, Kanan is running with this new dude. Nobody knows that Pops and Snaps is connected to Breeze. Like, nobody told y'all. Between the two of y'all, nobody said nothing to y'all. That's crazy to me, y'all. I'm sorry. That's crazy to me. And again, I get it. It's a lot of moving parts going on right now. Rock is trying to get her own organization to get, like, I get it. But it was just weird to me that none of them knew nothing. None of them knew nothing. Oh yeah, Marvin is giving it. Marvin is giving it. So we see Rock, she's trying to sell her buildings because she needs the cash flow. Remember last week's episode, Flossie and Manhattan Mafia told her, you need money. Like, I want my cut. Like, if you coming through Manhattan, that's all good and well, but you're gonna pay me my money, that kind of thing. So she trying to get her capital together. So she's trying to sell these buildings. Of course, you know, that's where, you know, Neek took out old boy. You know, it's been a couple of things that happened in them buildings in the last couple of weeks. So he said it might not be so easy for us to get rid of. It might not be so easy for us to get rid of this building. But of course, he hit her with the okie doke. I might have a buyer, blah, 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 blah. So, but we see that Rock is trying to pull up some cash. Marvin goes and confronts Kanan. Listen. Yeah, Marvin is usually the one that have his ear to the streets. Like, Marvin is usually the one that get the 411. And that's why I say I just find it interesting that Marvin didn't have the scoop on it, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna go to my braider tomorrow and see if she can crimp, because when I say these braids on my ear are getting on I really don't like hair on my ear like that. It's getting on my nerves. As soon as I get back from my trip, I'm taking these braids out, washing my hair real good, and then I'm getting braided again. But I gotta take these braids out my hair, wash my hair real good, and then go back, get it braided again for my trip to Curacao. I understand Breeze just got there, but I don't understand for the life of me why Rock nor Marvin or even Jukebox ain't heard it. Right. That's what I'm saying, Yana. Like, I don't understand how nobody knows this dude. And nobody's heard anything. Nobody's heard a whisper. He been here for weeks. He didn't set up corners. You know what I mean? Like, he was trying to create a conglomerate with Neek's corners and Kanan. Like, I don't understand. Thank you, Universal Soul Goddess. Thank you, baby. I just don't understand how nobody knows. Like, I don't. I'm so confusion. But yeah, Marvin confronts Kanan, and then Kanan do that old bullshit. Well, I can offer you a job. You can work for me, Uncle Marv. And Marvin about whooped his ass. Marvin let him know, sir, I don't know who you think you are, but I will never work for you. Like, you will always work for me. Like, I don't know what you think it is. We see Juke down to the club sleeping with old girl. Again, whatever, don't care. I get it. I mean, unless something's gonna happen to this situation with this chick that she keep having these little one night stands with, I don't care. I don't know. Juke is a character. I think I'm gonna be honest with you guys and say I think the writers lost the plot with Jukebox. I think after they decided to fuck up the singing group, I don't think they knew what else to do with Juke. Like, they had her go to college. They had her go to the military. She quit the military. Like, I don't think they knew what to do with her. And I understand, like I said, I get it that they're trying to build up who she became. But I just feel like they're taking a whole lot of left, rights, that I don't think they know what to do with her. Like, I feel like they could have just put her in the business from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just don't like that Juke is just floating the way she is. But okay. I replayed Marvin's rant about 6 times. Baby, Marvin is a mess. So Marvin goes to Rock and let Rock know what's going on. You know, let him know that Kanan's running with Breeze, and Breeze is this new kid, and can't nobody find Neek. And at first they were in the living room where, you know, in the area where Lou was taken out. And she was like, let's go in the kitchen. And Marvin was like, what you mean let's go in the kitchen? Like, go get you something to drink and come back. And she was like, Marvin, I said, oh, you know, you know how Rock just be getting nasty with people. Because she can't be in that room. Rock need to just sell that house, child. She need to sell that house, child. Because the ghost of Lou is in this house. Right, Juke's character has gone through she has. With her mom and everything, she absolutely has. So, Rock tells Marvin, let it go, that Neek is gone. She was like, look, Neek is gone. It is what it is. Sometimes you just got to figure out a way to live with this. So you got to learn, you know, you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to do what you got to do, and let's move on. We got money to make, right? We see Marvin end up going to the pastor, talking to the pastor. He was like, look, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I am in pain. You know, it would have made me feel better if I could have inflicted some of this pain on the person who did it. And now that I can't do that, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know where to place this pain. I don't know how to process through my pain. Like, I don't know what to do. And the pastor was pastoring, child, you know, telling him, you know, love is light and light is love, and, you know, blah, 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 child. But we see that Marvin is really struggling with this Lou thing, which lets me know that when he finds out, because he's going to find out now. I don't know when he's going to find out, and I don't know how he's going to find out, but he going to find out what happened to Lou. I think that, again, I told y'all my prediction. My prediction is, we know Kanan lives, obviously. We know Jukebox lives. I don't think Rock makes it out. I know we've been holding on to this idea of Rock being alive. Even I was holding on for a long time to the idea of Rock being alive. I don't think Rock makes it out. And I think Marvin ends up in jail. I think Marvin lives, but I think he ends up in jail. But I do not think Rock makes it out, y'all. I'm just going to tell y'all, get ready for it. Don't even be surprised. Go on and get your funeral dress ready. You know, just get ready, because I just don't think she makes it. I would be shocked if Rock makes it out. Shocked. At one point, I thought maybe Rock was going to end up down down in North Carolina with old boy, with that, the dude she was messing with season 1. I've been holding on to that because I think she really loved that man, and I think that man really loved her. I was holding on and holding on. But after the situation with Neek, when the narration said that Neek is the only person that he knew that walked away and he respected it, I was like, oh, well, I don't think Rock going nowhere. So we see Kanan sit down with Sal. Symphony, thank you. That's his name, Symphony. Yep. We see Kanan sitting down with Sal. Sal basically set Kanan up to do exactly what Kanan ended up doing at the end of this episode. He gave Kanan all the information he needed to come and infiltrate Rock's organization, right? He told him, he said, listen, my beef with your mama ain't beef with you. I just want to make sure we good. And he was like, listen, I don't have nothing to do. Like, whatever you got going on with my mama ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, she dead to me. You take her out, oh well, that ain't gonna affect nothing. He was like, oh, I just want to make sure, because if I take your mama out, I don't want no beef with us. Then he lets Kanan know where Rock is operating out of, who Rock is working with, and that she running it through some girls, through a woman named Flossie in Manhattan. Basically, because again, Sal, you looking like a, because now you got a 20-year-old dude doing your job for you. Again, if you want to take Rock out, take Rock out. So you going through her son to handle the business that you really want to handle. And you still ain't do it. You gave him the ammunition and basically knew what he was going to do with it. You knew what he was going to do with it. Now, do I think that Sal is going to kind of, like, maybe him and, Sal and, do I think that they had a conversation about it? Like, Sal was like, hey, if you do this, I'll take care of this. Maybe. But again, if you want to take Rock out, take her out, pussy. You was doing all that threatening and stuff when Rock first came to you to try to do business. You was doing all that threatening and all of that. Like, you big man, be big man. Anyway, so we see Breeze meeting up with Pops and Snaps. He's letting them know that Neek, that Neek ain't nowhere to be found. Neek is like a ghost, and they reminded him, don't play Neek short. Like, Neek disappeared for a whole year. We thought that dude was dead, and he was making moves from the shadows. Like, okay, he's gone. It seemed like he gone. You taking his corners from him, but don't play him short. Like, he's not stupid. He's not an idiot. And don't order. Just keep your head on a swivel. Now, did y'all peep something? And it may not be a big deal. It may not be nothing big. But again, this is power. You got to look at every little thing that may or may not mean something. Did y'all peep how when Pops and Snaps was talking and Snaps said something about Neek, and Pops was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying da 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 da. And like he like talked over her and then contradicted what she said. Did y'all see that? Now, it might not be nothing. It might not be nothing. But if I'm being honest, I've never seen that before. Like, y'all tell me in the chat. Maybe we have seen that before and I missed it. But I don't remember seeing that before. Like, do we see that before where, because they're usually on the same page. And even if they disagree, he don't usually snap at her like that. He usually just kind of let her say her piece and then he says his piece. But I thought that was interesting that he kind of like, no, da-da-da-da-da. Now, y'all tell me, I might be putting 20 on 10. It might not be nothing. But again, this is power. You never know. You peeped it too? Okay, I'm not tripping. And again, it may not be a big deal, y'all. It may just be dialogue, and that's how they, But I thought it was interesting. I thought that was interesting. So again, it may not be a big deal, but I thought that was interesting. So then we have the scene. We already talked about this. We have the scene where Juke meets up with the cop. He gives her his number and the number that he needs. And immediately she gets out of the car and you can see on her face immediately, she's like, how the fuck am I going to make this money? Which again, brings me back around to, why would you make an offer to him and you don't have a way to, like, I didn't understand that. And I don't understand why she went to this cop offering to pay him and you don't have no damn money. So when he gives you his number, Now you looking all distraught, like, oh fuck, how I'm gonna do this? You didn't like Juke is always playing chess. And I feel like in this situation, she wasn't even playing checkers, y'all. She was playing pity pat, old maid. And she's always playing chess. It was weird. It was weird to me. Yeah, I caught that. She's going to have a problem with that, which may cause a split between them. Well, again, Felicia, I told y'all my prediction is that one of them don't make it. I think Pops makes it. I don't think Snaps does. I think one of them, I don't think one of them, because again, Snaps is the one that actually took out Famous and actually took out Crystal. Well, not Famous, but because she's the one that actually, I don't think she make it, y'all. I don't think she makes it out. Breeze didn't seem like he was feeling what Snaps and Pops was saying either. Yeah, no, because I think Breeze's ego is telling him that he ran Neek out of like he did that. You know what I'm saying? I think in his mind, yeah, I did that. So I think his ego don't want to hear. Basically, what Pops is telling him is keep your head on a swivel. Don't assume that he's gone for good just because he might be out. Like he might be in the corner regrouping. He might be in the corner trying to figuring out an angle. Don't automatically. Now we know he's gone, but don't automatically assume that Neek is gone just because he's not moving the way we thought he would move. Like he saw the game, like he peeped the game, which is why he rolled out. Like he was already one step ahead of y'all. When y'all went to his house to take him out, he was already gone. So Pops is just trying to let him know, look, hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't think she makes it out either, and I think Bree's gonna get Kanan to off her. Ooh, I think I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. Somebody, and I don't know who, but I think somebody is gonna let Kanan know that she's the one that took out Crystal. Somebody's going to tell him that she took out Crystal, in my opinion. In my opinion. And I'm going to tell y'all this too. Now, I know that we put a lot of, again, I told y'all before, we got to stop putting so much weight on things that were said in the original Power, because when they were making the original Power, they didn't know they were going to do this prequel. So now a lot of things that they're doing in this prequel is to match what we saw in the original Power. You understand what I'm saying? So they're like with Jukebox, they're trying to figure out how to create the monster that we met. So just like when Kanan got out of jail and he said, I went to visit my mom. And we put a lot of weight on that line. I did too. For a long time, I put a lot of weight on that line. But I'm not going to put so much weight on the line so much as the sentiment. Something happens between where we are now and the original Power where Kanan even wants to go visit his mom, whether it's her grave, whether it's in person, right? I think it's her grave. And now I think it's her grave. I do not think she's alive. But something happened to make Kanan even reconcile enough with his mother to go visit her. You see what I'm saying? And again, if we're backtracking. So I think at the end of this, maybe episode 9 or 10, and I don't know if we get a bonus episode or not, since it's the series finale. I honestly didn't pay attention to that. I could go look on the IMDb, but I didn't look. But I think somebody lets Kanan know who took Crystal out. Now, who that is, I ain't going to say who. I don't know who it is. But who knows that she took Crystal out? Pops knows that she took Crystal out. The real dirty cops know. Because remember, the dirty cops that worked for Pops and Snaps were the one that took her off that bus. They know. And remember, they were the ones that took out Famous. They know. It's only 8 episodes? Damn, we don't even get 10 full episodes? Damn. So we're going to have to, so maybe that's why we're speeding this bus up then. Maybe that's why, because we don't have as much time as I thought we did. Okay, so maybe that's why we're speeding it up. But yeah, I'm saying, I don't know if Pops would turn on Snaps. But the cops know. They know who did it. So we'll find out though. She's gonna tell him right before he does the job. That's how Kanan gonna find out she did Crystal. She gonna tell him once she knows he ain't gonna let her live. Oh, so you think Kanan is gonna take her out? Okay. Okay. All right. So we see T Wiz. I don't know what we're gonna do with this T Wiz character because I don't even understand why he's still alive. But T Wiz basically is letting it be known he made the delivery, and the white boys let him know. Yeah, word on the street is you being edged out. Word on the street is you being, word on the street is you being pushed out of your position. And he was like, "Who the hell you think? What you mean I'm being pushed out? Ain't nobody pushing me out. What you talking about?" And then he proceeds to go let Kanan know. I was here before you. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't taking me out. I don't know who you think you are. And Kanan thinks it's funny. So again, I'm surprised that T Wiz is still here. G Wiz, T Wiz, whatever that boy name is. I'm actually surprised that he's still here. If I'm being honest, I don't know why he's still here. So I don't know what they're doing with him, but we know he gonna die. What we gonna do with him? Jukebox convinces Marvin to let her work. He was like, "I don't want this for you. I never wanted this for you." He really struggles with it, but she convinces him that they need to stick together. They need to be together because, it's just the two of them. Me and you must never part, whatever. And so he eventually lets her work down at the bar, and she's going to be the one helping move the product through the bar with the girls. We see her at the bar. He shows her how everything works. Rock set up a drive-by. We saw Rock earlier in the episode talking to some dudes, telling them, "Look, we just need you to spray up the corner. You don't need to check your work. It don't matter if you hit anybody or you don't hit anybody. We just sending a message." Again, I think this is just Rock in her fight with Kanan. Like, don't forget who the big dog is, kind of thing. Of course, she's targeting Breeze and Kanan's corners because she wants to, put the squeeze on Kanan, in my opinion. It ain't too many people that they're going to think it is, because unless they're going to think it's unique, I don't know who they're going to think it is at this point. So I don't know. Me Too really be keep saying they ain't got rid of you yet every time he pops up on the scene. Right. Yeah. I don't know what we dragging this out. I don't know. But they shot up the corner and we see Breeze out there. So the question, I guess, is Breeze is going to try to figure out who did it. I don't know if he's thinking it's unique in the shadows or what. I'm pretty certain he don't think it's Rock yet. Now, he going to probably connect dots. But right now, they don't know who it is. But I think the assumption is going to be that it's unique from the corner. I don't know. From the shadows. I don't know. We see that same, the black hooker, we see her going on her run. We see her pick up the package from Jukebox. We see her go drop it off down to the White Wall Street. She goes back to drop off the money. They tell her, "We got another delivery for you." She says, "Nope, I got a call from Flossie. I got a new client I got to go see. Get somebody else to do it." The new client ends up being Kanan. And we see Kanan, close the door, lock the door behind him. And in the previews for next week's episode, basically Kanan has flipped her. So she's a double agent now, and Marvin's gonna kill her. So I don't know how long she gonna live. I don't know how much damage she gonna do. But one thing I'm pretty certain about is that Marvin gonna kill her. And maybe that's gonna be the rift between Marvin and Flossie and Rock, because she gonna be gone. But that was pretty much the episode. Again, y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't crazy about this episode because I just don't know where we're going with these things. I don't understand. I'm a little confusion. You think that's gonna be his baby mama? Yana. Yana. Ooh. Write that one down, y'all. Write that one down. Yana, you might be on to something. Y'all write that one down. Write that one down. Ooh, Yana, I like it. I like it, Yana. I like it. Because we're trying to connect the prequel dots to the original Power, right? That could be her. Huh. Yeah, Yana. Hey, I'm with you. Listen, I didn't think about that. I just thought that ooh. I ain't think about that, Yana. I like it. I like that theory. Write it down. So we have some theories, y'all. We should be keeping a score. We have some theories for the end of this. So let's go through it real quick before we get out of here. So theory number 1, Marvin is the only one that makes it out alive outside of the people that we know obviously make it to original Power, right? I mean, and when I mean like main characters. I think Pops might make it, but Snaps, I don't think Snaps make it. Okay. Yeah. So is that her name? I don't remember the name of the lady. We got to find out what the name is. So I don't think Snaps makes it out. I think Kanan finds out that Snaps was the one that took out Crystal, and I don't think she makes it out. I don't think she makes it out. Right? I don't think they've told us her name yet. Y'all think they got her name on IMDb, whatever. Then I think Marvin ends up in jail. I think he stays alive, but I think he ends up in jail. I don't think Rock makes it out. I think episode 8 is her swan song. Was that it? I think those were our main predictions. Okay. So we're gonna keep our eye on her. Okay. I like it, y'all. I like it. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here so I can get ready to get out of here for dinner. I probably won't be back tonight. I'm going out to dinner with my family. When I get back, I'm probably going to chill, or maybe I'm going to go somewhere else when I may go out somewhere else, do some other things, But I'll see y'all tomorrow because we're doing the members only tomorrow. So if you're a member, we're going to be doing the members only tomorrow. Y'all know when I do my members only, I do them on both channels. So if you're a member over here, but you're not a member on the other channel, you will still be. I do it on both channels, so don't worry. But we're going to be doing the members only tomorrow, and I'll be doing Next Gen NYC at some point tomorrow. I got to watch both episodes, so at some point tomorrow I'll be doing that. And with that being said, thank y'all again for all the birthday wishes, all the love, all of the things, and I will see y'all later. Mwah. Peace. Wait a minute. Go read your last one. Hold on. Marvin going to jail. Could be by Luke. Why Luke becomes a police officer. Oh, could be why Juke becomes a police officer. Could be. We definitely got to get to how Juke became a police officer and how she got to DC. We definitely got to get to those two things. Yeah. You on to something, Yana, though. We got to find out what that girl name is. We're going to be on the lookout for her name. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.